Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Dante, aka No Print. This is take 2 of this video. Your boy did not have anything ready for this shit. So now that I have everything ready, we shall basically just kind of talk about everything. Hold up. I don't know if my baby's crying. Okay, baby was crying. I was right. Made the right call. So anyway, I'm here to do... Let me explain the basis of the story of what brought me to this point and what I'm actually doing. So first off, what am I doing? I'm going to take every winning day I've had. So boom. Let's see. Boom, 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 and boom. So we'll review these 5 winning days right here. Hopefully none of them like just start randomly autoplay. Like this one did for 5 minutes. Holy shit. So we're gonna review all those, but first I want to talk about my Lucid account. What brought me to this point? What's going on? So I don't know if you guys realized, recently I have been adding a bit more confluences to my strategy. You wonder why, you wonder what's going on, why am I doing that? It honestly just helps take a little bit more trades. And it honestly helps mitigate the bad trades I would take. Like today would have been an amazing short, but I waited a little too long. I don't necessarily think I was FOMOing. I think I was honestly just waiting for a good drawback. We never really got it. Sorry, I'm enjoying a ginger ale. You know how long it's been since I've like had any sort of soda. But the reason I'm bringing up my Lucid account is because we're about $382 away from drawdown, losing $100 a day. So that means 3 to 4 more losing days. The Lucid is gone, which doesn't suck because of one thing. Now, Apex does have their $19 accounts. I do get paid this Wednesday. And another thing to be on the lookout for is I would obviously just get another Lucid probably. I mean, I know they don't have their like 50% anymore. Let me check actually off screen because this has me card info on it. And I think they're about, yeah, so it's about $70 for a Lucid, which isn't terrible. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but I mean, $100 is eh. When I could probably just do a method and like fucking make a new set of Lucids and just cop, but that would be no fun. Just to get $20 off, that would be no fun. So, what brought me to this point of reviewing these trades? Well, here's why. So, these trades where I lost a bunch of money. So the 227 one, I think I lost 227 in a single day. Where is 616? Why? This is weird. Why is it not showing me this? You can see down here it says 310. So there's 5 trades right here before right here. That makes absolutely no sense. When was that? 252, that's 2 weeks ago. 610, 227. So yeah, this would have been it right here. Okay, that was the day I overtraded, so it won't count it because I overtraded a lot. So what brought me to this point before I make this a whole ass yap session? I cleaned my desk today. I cleaned a bit of the crib today. It's not the craziest cleaning in the world, but we cleaned a little bit. Another thing I did was I revamped the whiteboard like a motherfucker. So I used to just have like my goals, what I wanted to do, my bad habits, a little quote. Now what I put on there is one corner is the goals I have eternally for like the next couple months, maybe 6 months, I give or take those goals. I have my non-negotiables. I have win, loss, break even. And I added a new section called no trade. My accounts, what I want to do the accounts and where I want them to be by the end of the week. So Lucid, I want to break even it. I think to break even the Lucid, we would have to make back, I want to be two, no, 300, $308 to be exact to break even the Lucid. Very fucking doable. That's literally a trading day. That's literally one trading day. If I play the cards right, it's one trading day. Obviously, I'm gonna get my piece of the pie and get out, but that should be one trading day. And then I have my strategy. So I put analyze the 4 hour, determine your bias. 1 hour should help set bias along with the 30 minute. You should look for a 5 to 15 minute continuation or reversal confluence to see where market is heading. 1 to 5 minute FVG, enter. And then I put use 30 minute and hourly to find draws of liquidity. Are we reversing or are we continuing? Is the market making me trade or is it even tradable? So that is what I put up there. I'm probably gonna revamp it again and just make it a whole big ass section just based on the strategy and like really hone in on it. And that's why we're on this video, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to go over every single day I've won these last, oh my fucking god, I did not just do that. It was this one. So yeah, I wanted to go over almost every single day that I've won, because one of my non-negotiables that I put up on my whiteboard just now is to review winning trade days. And I'm going to also put review losing trades, because I want to see why I'm losing, what's going on, but I also want to know why I'm winning and what can I do to really benefit from my winning trade days. So, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just watch these videos briefly. We're going to watch these videos kind of briefly. Holy fuck, I take a minute to explain my trades, huh? See, that's something where I'm not gonna lie, I do need to implement again, is checking. First thing I do when I get into the market, I do it on my back testing session as well, is the first thing I should even be doing before evaluating a bias is checking what fair value gaps were disrespected in Asian and London session, because low key that shit helps a lot. Um, Something I learned from Patrick and Blake. I mostly watch Blake. I'm not gonna lie, cause like if you guys really watch PB Blake, or I mean PB Trades, Patrick always says Blake is the one who taught him. So obviously I'm not like, you watch the mentor's mentor. You don't watch the mentor. You know what I mean? And like, not to hate on Patrick. Patrick's a fucking amazing trader. I watch him all the time too. But like, dude, Blake's been doing this like 5, 6 years. Pat, I think, has only been doing it for like 2. I obviously want the person who's went through every single thing, instead of the person who kind of like had the person to lift them up. You know, not to hate on him, love him. I'd love to meet both of them in real life. I would tell him the same thing. I'd tell him the same thing too. He'd probably understand. But not to get off topic, something Blake always does is he checks what fair value gaps are being respected versus disrespected. So you can see right here, right in this area, price respects this 4 hour gap right here. It never closes below it. And what does it do? It shoots price up, makes a new week opening gap, shoots price higher, disrespects this gap, and I could see where the trade came from this, honestly. Okay, so I found a 15-minute gap. Okay, yeah. So I can see where the basis of this trade was. We were disrespecting bearish 4 hour gaps. We were respecting bullish 4 hour fair value gaps. We didn't even have any 4 hour bullish fair value gaps, to be honest. This was basically just continuation. And something I'm really trying to learn is the concept of London manipulation, Asian consolidation. New York is like fucking, I forget what they say, but I know it's London manipulation, Asia consolidation, New York execution, I think it is. And honestly, looking at this trade really clicks a lot into my mind because when I'm talking about this eternal low right here, so basically what happens is when we have a fair value gap, right? The first tap into that fair value gap is one of the most important things ever. Why? So let's say price push down, takes out this fair value gap, right? And let's say maybe I love how I'm going right here trying to mark it out, bro. That's funny. Let's let's say, oh fuck, that's funny. So let's say on the 5 minute, this point right here would have been our CISD. Still a little bit trying to learn on that. I literally rewatch the video almost like 2 times a day. From my understanding of CISDs, it's a series of upwards candles that close into a fair value gap, and I think that's where I'm getting that shit confused is because so this right here would have been a CISD where price taps into the fair value gap. This is our CISD point because in this 1-2 series of candles, price comes in and it doesn't go down to that point because now we have a fair value gap, an internal low that turned into a rejection block that got swept out and price immediately dragged up. Then we have a CISD point. So I can see why this trade was definitely taken. Yeah, price. Yeah, see exactly. Price comes down, snipes this fucking internal low, strikes up, starts consolidating, breaks up. And this low right here is definitely protected, so that low would have never got tapped again. So I can definitely see why that was a trade I took. That was definitely a banger. Do I ever scale down to like the 1 minute? I don't. I do. Okay, let me see. See, I even marked out that low that was protected. Okay, no, I'm not spitting no more. Not gonna lie. But where I am spitting is waiting for price to crack a certain low. So when price cracks this high and it has a full body close above it on the 1 minute, that's when I was like, okay, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. This is an entry because I'm pretty sure that is this high right here, which cracks the point. And it's smart that I went on the 1 minute to wait for that because low key going on any other time frame would have sucked. On to the next one because I don't want to waste 1,000 fucking minutes on this. So let's go to this one right here. We don't need this no more. So let's go see what happened with this trade. Oh, okay. I had to talk very low because wifey was sleeping. Okay, we start on the hourly on this one. No 4 hour? No 4 hour, okay. So, what was happening here? Now that we didn't go on the 4 hour, because that's weird. Oh, we do go on the 4 hour, okay. So, price seems to have respected this 4 hour gap we had. That almost looks like a daily gap. Why is it marked out like that? But yeah, price seems to respect this 4 hour gap we have. So when it comes down, respects it. Because low key, looking at this chart from this angle right here, we look very bearish. Almost looks like we hit like couple points where it's like, okay, that's a breaker structure, that's a breaker structure, that's a breaker structure. So longs on this day is low key nuts. Okay, okay, I like this. I like this. So we're on the hourly. We have an hourly FVG where? Where, buddy? was definitely sick during this. That's when I found out you can do straight lines. I'm dead. Okay, so there's one key thing I don't like about this trade, and it's the fact that, so what I'm trying to learn is that price needs to go higher in order to displace lower. And it looks like price doesn't displace lower. Because, yeah, I was doing this at like fucking 8 or 10 o'clock at night. I can see it right there. So it really doesn't look like price doesn't displace lower until later in the day, and I would have never been able to take this trade. So I like the balls I had, honestly, to know, like, okay, well, price just tapped into a 4 hour bullish gap. Because, yeah, that 4 hour bullish gap we had held really well. Price, it seems like price tapped, came down, eternal low. So this is before I knew about eternal lows. Takes out this eternal low, immediately breaks up. So for now, during New York session, this is a big fucking rejection block that price would have to disrespect in order for us to like have a good bias down. So not gonna lie, the more and more I talk about this trade, the more and more I'm like, okay, this is a banger. This is 100% a banger. I took my piece of the pie and got out. So yeah, that is a banger. Not gonna lie. Okay. So what I'm getting from this, for personal reasons, is that my bias should really be based off of two things. If we tap a higher fair value gap than the hourly, I need to wait to see if we are going to tap back into it, take out an eternal low, or are we going to simply disrespect that and trade lower. So that was a good trade. I give myself that, not gonna lie. That was a very good trade. What is this? Why is there so? Why did I take so many trades? One, two. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Never mind, never mind. That immediately makes sense after I heard that. I remember this day. I saw that we broke past what I needed us to break past. I think on like the 15 or 5 minute. Not gonna lie. Or no, what I saw was we had a 5 minute respect on this fair value gap. Actually, no. Let me look a little bit further because low key, what did I need to see this day? And then I'll explain it. Do I just never show the fucking the 4 hour or anything like that? I guess not. But um oh wait, is that a 15-minute gap? Is that what I was going off of? It is what I was going off of. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So we had a 15-minute gap, it seems like. It seems like price respected that very fucking well. Never really trades back into that. And then we have a 5 minute that price respects as well. So I know that if we're so more than likely, if we inverse this, I was gonna take a little 1-to-1 piece on this unmitigated 15 minute. But we respect that 5 minutes so well. Price does not go past this point. And what happens is that since this is now a rejection block, this is before I even knew rejections block. But now that I know what it is, now that this wick is a big ass rejection block, price trades lower. My dumb ass, thank God I realized it. I pressed buy instead of sell, and I accidentally almost fucked it up, gang. Not gonna lie. But yeah, almost a little hiccup. This is a really good trade as well. Not gonna lie to review because when that 5 minute gets respected, I immediately enter. So the way I set this is that when I entered and I saw this 5 minute form, I said, okay, if this gets disrespected, not gonna lie, I'm pulling out. I'm done. Like I won't trade until I see this come up, tap this 15 minute, come back down, and take out this low. But when we respect that 5 minute, I was like, all right, you know what? Banger ass trade. We're taking this. We're gonna hold this. So yeah, that was a fucking banger. Not gonna lie, that was a banger. So what I'm getting off of this, and the whole reason I'm doing this, is that the trend is your friend. First of all, I need to set not only confluences that need to be reversed, but confluences that I need to be respected in order for me to be like, okay, that's an amazing trade. We are taking that. What happened here? Why do I have two TPs? 4 hour. I'm not seeing the 4 hour play here, Dante. Price disrespects that 4 hour gap, so it seems like we're very neutral because price disrespects this 4 hour gap, disrespects this 4 hour gap, disrespects this 4 hour gap. So it seems like we're very neutral, and I wonder what made us enter on this trade. So we have an hourly chart right here. Price comes down, disrespect, 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 disrespect. This is definitely pre-market, not gonna lie. So what made me enter this trade? Hmm. 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 What made me enter, Angel? I wonder because it seems like we have like a 5 minute inverse. That's either a 15 minute or a 5 minute inverse. 15 minute inverse. So 15 minute comes up, respects this gap at first, and then once we get the no, what the fuck is this entry, Dante? 5 minute inverse? 5 minute inverse. Okay. Cause low key, what the fuck? 15 minute respect. No, 15 minute disrespected. So on the 15 minute, it got respected, but on the 5 minute, it got disrespected. That's another thing I need to really start doing. Not only checking if the lower time frame is disrespecting that, but if the higher time frame is disrespecting that gap. Because what happens to me most of the time is I'll take a trade, right? And I'll be like, oh my god, IFVFG, draws of liquidity, dude, banger, and then I get stopped out. And you want to know why? Because that higher time frame leg I have, like the 15 minute or the 30 minute, it's not actually getting disrespected. It's getting respected. It's just prices climbing out of it and then coming back down on a lower time frame because it's lower time frame legs. So this was a good ass trade too because when we see this 5 minute disrespect and we immediately close out of it, I enter and we never really get in drawdown. And I think I know why there's two trades up because I had a break even point right here. Yeah, you can see like right here, break even. So we broke even on this trade, and I immediately re-entered when price came back up. And I think on Maven I held this for like the whole fucking trade. That's a good ass trade. That's a banger. So, ooh, ooh, what is this? This is a break even day, huh? This looks like a break even day. The bias on Maven, I never do this anymore. I never do bias on Maven. That's very. There's a reason why I don't do my bias on Maven no more because it doesn't have like the 4 minute, the 3 minute, the 2 minute, and that's what I'm really starting to like get a hang of. Is like okay, after I see that we have a 15 minute, 30 minute, or like even an hourly fair value gap that we're respecting and pushing price down or lower, I want to look for like price to manipulate a bit higher than inverse a gap that's made in that leg. So yeah, okay, this is a very obvious trade. Price is clearly inversing this 4 hour gap, not gonna lie. Price seems to be respecting this CISD point down here maybe on this new week opening gap. Okay, what did I just mark out? Oh, so, I'm surprised. 4-hour continuation? And it seems like the 1 hour manipulated down a little bit. Sorry if I'm like running through this right now. So yeah, another 1 hour gap gets formed. And it looks like... Is this a live trade? Why does it seem like I'm live trading right now? Is this a building a buys video? This is a building a buys video. Oh, okay. I was like, why is that? What the fuck? That's a building a buys video. Okay, yeah, so I can't really do shit on this because I don't know what the fuck's happening. It looks like we have a 5-minute respect, comes up, climbs out, manipulates a bit lower, so this low's protected, so we enter longs, and holy fuck, that long went on forever. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 1 hour, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 2 hours, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Barely, fuck, that's like a 3-hour trade, gang. Holy shit. So, we're gonna do a little bit of a recap of what I'm learning from this. So, what I'm taking away from this, in all honesty, is that the trend is really your friend, but don't get manipulated by it. It's kind of like having a real friend. LMAO. But I don't know why I just said that, but fucking another thing is that a key thing I'm taking away from actually one of the videos, I'm wondering if I can find it again. Maybe I think it was that 620 day, because this was a gorgeous fucking trade. From this 620 day is when we started using ITLs and stuff. So I need to wait for a manipulation. I need to wait for manipulation legs, because I think that's where I'm getting fucked over on, is not waiting for manipulations. Because I guarantee you, if I pull up TradeC right now and look at the trade, yep, see, if we would have just slowly waited for a manipulation leg, because I don't think my take profit was that low, we would have probably won this trade today. Not gonna lie. But in all honesty, I could have entered at the 730 candle and took this for a little bit of a ride down to like this low and won a little bit, but that wasn't what I wanted, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to see some actual good, some good PA on this shit. And for those who took this short, bra fucking know, I did not wake up at 7 o'clock. I woke up at 7, but I wasn't on the I literally was sitting in pre-market just waiting for something to actually happen for me to trade, without even realizing that this was probably the most beautiful fucking short ever. But what I'm learning from this, for those textbooks ITL days, when price came down and took out that ITL and we traded higher, and I realized this low right here is most likely protected, that's when we could send price higher. So I need to wait for that manipulation leg, because there's people who obviously probably shorted this market. When you check when we go back to the 5-minute, bring back to the 5-minute, buddy, who probably shorted this market without realizing that we have that 5-minute, that 15-minute gap that price can clearly get a good ITL point off of, which basically the ITL is right here, then we have a new ITL point right here, but price never goes back down, because now that's protected liquidity, you know what I mean? This is all low hanging fruit, low liquidity. So all price could really do is go back higher. So that's what I need to really take away from this, is to just be patient for the manipulation leg. It's not that I'm having a problem being patient. I'm really not. Like, I've honestly, these last couple days, probably the most patient I've ever been in the market ever, for a couple reasons. One is because I learned my lesson not being patient. Two, another key fucking reason is that instead of me just taking a random ass trade and just fucking risking it, hoping for the best, yada yada yada, I've been literally simply waiting for something like this. This is why this is probably one of the best trades I could have reviewed today, because I don't want to see price just go all the way up to my TP. No entry points. It's like, okay, well, fuck. There was literally no entry. That's almost like a stock, bro. It's like, dude, where am I supposed to buy at, you know? But for this one, the good part about this one is that when we come down, take out the ITL, make a protected low, and we come back up, there's like one, two, three entry points that you could have taken. You could have taken it off this low, could have taken it off this high, could have taken it off this high. Me, I still run with breaker structures and all that shit. So like as soon as I saw price close above this, I was like, okay, that's a clear broad day break of structure. Fuck this fucking at 5 minute. See, that's what I was trying to get at. People probably entered off this 5 minute IVFG and immediately got stopped out right here because they wanted to see price probably get out of this FVG for a little bit of profit. But yeah, I think that's what's really helping me a lot recently is having this confluence. So I'm not gonna use CISDs too much in the market anymore. I'm gonna just kind of stick to ITLs and rejection blocks because those seem to help me a lot. So ITLs, ITHs, and rejection blocks seem to help me a lot in the market. And honestly, I'm feeling really confident. I know I said I wanted to get a payout by June 24th, and it's June 22nd. I think what I should be aiming for is to first just pass an account. So I think by next month I want to have my first account passed. The good part about making this video, is that I know I just said Lucid has those fucking $70 accounts I could buy with no activation fee. Cool, cool, cool. But Apex does have those like $19 25k accounts where you just have to do the activation fee and it's like $70, so you have to pay like an extra like what 20 when you pass it. So it's not terrible. I mean, to be honest, you could buy a shit ton of those Apex accounts and then activate it. But in all honesty, I'm either thinking of going again with Lucid or with Tradeify. I think Tradeify is one for like $50 right now. Could actually check while I'm right here. Not gonna lie, because I mean, I don't have a Tradeify account. Let's see, Tradeify. What the fuck is this? I meant the prop firm, gang. Where's the prop firm? Prop firm? Hello? Okay, there we go. Hello, prop firm, Tradeify. I know your thing. So, okay, it's still $70. The growth one is 64. What is growth? Pass in 3 days. Isn't this just the one where you get like daily fucking payouts? Choose path daily. View funded rules. Okay. So yeah, the select accounts are the one where you just get payouts daily. Which like a max daily payout is $600. And you have a daily loss limit of 500 and you can't lose $1,000 still. It's not terrible. The growth one is where I would be at though, cause not gonna lie, like, I mean, dude, it's still fucking, it's like $6 cheaper than Lucid. So I'll probably end up going with Lucid again. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna make this video any longer. Tomorrow, depending on what happens in this market, we are definitely probably shorting. We are probably 1,000% shorting. But yeah, other than that, I will catch you guys on the flip side. We will most likely make this a series. So have a great night. God bless you guys. Be safe. Let's do this.